It's the media chat room where the celebrity headlines are talking. Chatty Patty, some of the running headlines have been wondering if we were going to ever get a Hot Boy reunion tour ever since BG was released from prison back in September 2023. But after Friday's Cash Money reunion at Essence Festival 2024, I think we finally got our answer. And it's looking like a definite.
Hell no. No, no, no. Yeah, just no.
Now, Cash Money Records definitely reunited on stage, but not as the Hot Boys. And yep, the most anticipated members of the group actually showed up and performed. Everybody except Turk. And although the other members of Hot Boys showed up, they did not show up to perform as Hot Boys. They showed up to perform as individual acts, mixing in with collaborations here and there throughout the night, leaving a whole lot of fans wondering where is Hot Boy Turk. And I basically got all the tea to run down to you. Now, we definitely gonna get into it, but first, I'm gonna need you to like and share this video with everyone that you know. Then subscribe to the channel so that you can become an official Chatty Patty lover, and I promise you're gonna love it here. And last but not least, turn on your notification bell so that you know when we drop our next video or go live. Now, the Hot Boys is a staple to the millennial generation. Everybody definitely know who was running it in the 99 and the 2000s. And with reboots being so popular in this era, artists are taking advantage of the millennial generation wanting to support entertainers from back in the day. So it's no surprise that people want to see the Hot Boys, especially since all the members are released from prison at the same time. We were actually able to see a snippet of that happening when some of them was locked up. Remember in 2017 when LeBron James hosted a Beats by Dre party in New Orleans? One of the performing acts was Hot Boys minus BG because he was in prison. Well, fast forward, now that everyone is free, it's a whole lot of internal turmoil going on, which seems to be delaying the tour. So let's cover some of these issues that have spilled over into the headlines, starting with Baby and Turk. Once BG was officially released from prison, talks about this tour became more serious. And that's when we learned Baby had some type of issues with Turk. When Baby was asked about a possibility of a tour, he said it definitely was going to happen, but that don't mean everybody was going to be invited to the tour. Everyone automatically knew he was talking about Turk, with many speculating that Baby had an issue with Turk's interview on Drink Champs when he was discussing things that Birdman felt he shouldn't have been talking about.
They flying in helicopters.
But that shit, we was stunting though.
All that.
We was stunting.
Yeah, was
bro,
stunting.
we was talking about Rolex watches and we had Genevas. We was faking it till we make it, Nori.
Listen to what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of niggas not gonna say that. Pull up Big Timer's album cover and look at the watch. And look and see if it say Rolex.
So you saying bling bling was blanc blanc?
Blanc blanc. The first Big Timer album had Geneva watches on the whole table, nigga. Watch it. We used to go to New York. They had fake Rolexes and fake Geneva watches with the bezel on it. Remember you heard about the bezel? It was Geneva. But what I'm saying, like sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it. Baby used to bring me and Wayne a Rolex, platinum Rolex, home. Every time he go see Universal, and bringing us a Rolex home. The Rolexes are fake and the Genevas are fake.
Oh, so it was a Rolex.
It was the Rolexes and the Genevas. The Rolexes was ticking. I'm gonna tell y'all a whole nother trip. We went to Justin's in Atlanta. Puffy stunted on us with a Frank Mueller. It was some, I don't know the name of that. Yes. We had Rolexes. My watch was like 30,000. Then when we say Rolex, my watch 30,000, you know, 30, 20, you know, whatever.
Puffy came in.
Puffy got $1 million watch. Nigga watch home more than all you watches. When Puffy did that, Baby said, you know what? This never outstunt me. After this, that became #1 stunner.
Now, even though Turk said a lot, exposing Baby to be a fake stunner, to his credit, it was him saying that sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. And that's exactly what they did. He literally said once they started making money, they actually got the real things. But that wasn't all that Turk said. A lot of people felt some type of way because Turk was not only talking about the fake jewelry, but he also re-explained the incident that he spoke about on Vlad TV when him and Lil Wayne gave their baby mama crabs. And I ain't talking about the dungeon crabs that you munch on.
We both had baby mamas and shit at the time, and I guess everybody was like, them people doing good now. Man, they was in their story. It don't matter. You feel me? They telling their story. I'm telling mine. We around gave these crabs to our baby mamas. So the world put, wait, who Wayne baby mama? What? Who a Turk baby mama? And that's, you know, it was a big controversy about it, but I feel like, man, you can't tell your story, bro, and be a man and a woman about it. Look, I overcame this shit.
And then next thing you know, you hear Baby talking about everybody ain't invited to be a part of the Hot Boy tour.
And a lot of do shit. I ain't forgiving everybody. I ain't one of them. I'm old school, old law.
So that interview ended up causing some kind of tension or friction between the two. Even though on several occasions, Baby have said he don't have an issue with Turk. But of course, the fans are not buying it. So people say if it wasn't this incident, maybe it was because Turk sued him when he got from prison, as it relates to some music stuff. But they ended up settling out of court and became cool again, which is the same thing that happened when other members of Cash Money sued Baby. So clearly, he don't take issue with his former artist suing him. Now let's go ahead and get into BG and Turk. Now their issues came about after BG was released from prison. And we actually covered this in a previous video when BG dissed Turk and Lil Wayne. So make sure you go through our videos and find this thumbnail to catch up. Now also in that video, he said that they were going to work things out because ultimately they brothers. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Because Friday night after BG performed at the Essence Fest, he took to Instagram and said this about Turk.
You hear me? We's in his, you know what I'm saying? Short in the back. You hear me? We all in this. You dig? Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only one in this. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? He bought that on himself. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Did a bunch of hoes. Can't take it back. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you dig? They gotta fault itself for not being here. You hear me? I know there's a lot of people that's gonna be like, oh, well, such and such, and oh, woo. Man, know what he did last summer. You hear me? Know what he did last summer. You hear me? And I'ma just leave it like that. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I know one thing though. I'm in this bitch. You heard me? Just to get into that bag. You heard me?
Now, if you are a Cash Money fan, there's only one place to go on the internet to get the information as it relates to Cash Money, and that's Terrence Gangsta Williams. As you know, and as he professed, he is a Cash Money channel. Now, Gangsta is the actual brother of Slim and Baby. They share the same daddy. And he used to roll with Cash Money until he went to prison for murder. He served 20 years on a life sentence and ended up getting released because he ratted on dead bodies. Due to the way he was released from prison, Baby cut him off and disassociated himself with him. However, he still has some inside connections to Cash Money. So his YouTube channel is commentary based off of things that's going on in the headlines and things he know from the inside. Oh, and fun fact, this is the person who BG got his name from, because him and Gangsta used to roll and he was named Baby Gangsta, BG. Alright, so let's check out this clip from Terrence Gangsta Williams' channel, where he further explains the incident that BG is speaking of when it comes to Turk.
BG upset with Turk because Turk got on the phone with Wack and allegedly said, yeah, he agreed BG is a cheese eater. BG told. That hurt BG hard. Because Jizzle feel no matter what we found, you shouldn't be on the phone with Wack, agreeing with him about me. That's what BG upset about.
Okay, so when BG got out of prison, somebody's paperwork had BG name in it and it was floating around on the internet. And based off the information and transcripts, it looked like BG snitched in order to avoid some jail time. So Wack 100 was one of the first who actually had a platform to come out publicly and say that BG was a rat. And in the mix of everybody talking about ratting, Turk name got brought up as also being a rat. So Turk called into the clubhouse or wherever they was having this open discussion to talk about his individual case and how the person who started that rumor about him being a rat was actually lying, challenging Wack 100 to look his name up and go find some paperwork with his name in it to see if it was indeed true. Now Wack was saying, I don't have no information on you because I never really even looked at your paperwork. But BG, on the other hand, I got his and it says what it says. And because it says what it says, Wack like Turk stand on business and say he a rat.
Let me ask you something. Has New Orleans or has the people around BG known about this shit that just hit? Or did y'all already know this existed?
I
Because
ain't
this
know,
is where the God I knew. I said I didn't know till I got it from Texas.
man. To be honest, bro, I ain't even want to believe none of that shit, to be honest.
Till
So,
you read it.
you know, I ain't know, but I did see some shit, and I want to holler at homie before I even speak on it. You feel me?
No,
That's
hold
why.
on. Did you read the work?
Now, yeah, I seen what I saw, but I want to talk to him and see what he say, because BG ain't speak on it. So,
Hold on, Turk.
What's up?
We both penitentiary. See, this
Yeah.
is what's confusing me about this. What the f do it matter what he say when we read what he said on the motherfucking
Hey,
grand jury stand, Turk?
I seen all that, Wack. And one thing for sure, if a nigga did that, that's what that is. There ain't no way around
Turk,
it,
you
dog.
just said if a did that. Have you read the work?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah.
So where the if coming from?
I mean, shit, it is what it is on that, Wack. It is the work says what it says.
That's what
You
it
feel
is.
me?
That's
And
what I'm saying right there, bro. If you
man,
come
listen, I
around
saw
me,
the paperwork say what the paperwork said. I still want to talk to Jesus as my brother.
Now, according to the internet streets, even though BG name is in some paperwork, he's not considered a snitch because it was a corroborated statement from all parties involved in the crime. Because Washington agreed to take his charge, and it prevented the feds from trying to turn them against each other or get them charged on some other false crimes, which is the reason Turk was saying he needed to actually talk to him. Because in some instances, things aren't what they always appear to be. Now, again, Turk did not necessarily call BG a rat, but it's interviews like this that cause discord between people, because when some people bring this to another person, they only bring them half of the story. If you listen to any of the full interviews done by Turk, he has always maintained his loyalty to the Hot Boys, including Baby. He even got his name tattooed on him because he changed his life by giving him an opportunity. Now, although people may be upset about the interviews and stories that he tells as it relates to the Hot Boys, it's usually for a purpose, which generally is to motivate the youth. So it really would do justice to the person listening to the story to listen to the full entire interview, because he has always spoke of his love for the Hot Boys as well as Cash Money, but he has even said that he don't feel like he get that same love back. And at this point, I just think that Turk is over it, because after BG dissed him at the Essence Fest, there's a clip going around of Turk saying F the Hot Boys tour and BG.
I'm blessed and highly favored by God. Y'all got me fucked up, man, to clear the record on that, man. Nigga, I say f a Hot Boy tour, nigga. And that come from me before I let a disrespect me, homie. Yay. Nigga, disrespect won't be tolerated. I don't give a fuck who nigga is. Ain't no big eye, no little use over me, man. BG better sit his mother down somewhere, man. That nigga run shit down here, not with me. He might run that shit too, nigga. And he don't run that shit, man. He ain't doing nothing but running his motherfucking mouth. For real, dog. Them whack ass raps, man. That shit whack, nigga. Said that. All you niggas riding around here, man. That shit whack. That's why the nigga play all these motherfucking games. He trying to get some type of motherfucker.
So tensions are steadily rising, and it's just a lot going on. Now, after Friday's Cash Money reunion, it's a no-brainer that the fans still want to see the Hot Boys. But the way the internet works in their short attention span, you have to capitalize on the moment while it's there. So taking too long to try to figure out these beefs may slow down the momentum, which will then affect ticket sales. So the question remains, should we count out a Hot Boy reunion tour? In my opinion, they have one more time to get it right if things are about to go down the way I'm thinking. As you may or may not know, Super Bowl 50 is going to be hosted in New Orleans on February 9th, 2025. And Lil Wayne has been extremely vocal about wanting to be the halftime performer. He says it's his city and he felt like nobody could do it better. Plus, it makes sense because Wayne does sports commentary. So if Wayne gets the opportunity to be the halftime performer, he could do it set where he secretly bring out the Hot Boys to reunite them at the Super Bowl to start off the tour. But is that possible? Only if everyone understands the value that the Super Bowl could have. Because as you may or may not know, performers do not get paid to perform at the Super Bowl. And that also depends on the type of deal that Cash Money and Young Money can arrange. Because Lil Wayne is still considered an A-list rapper who has his own record label outside of Cash Money. However, the Hot Boys are a Cash Money group. Therefore, Cash Money does have rights to the name and the usage. And the deal that's made has to be beneficial for all parties. Now, Chatty Patties, it's time to hop in those comments. What are your thoughts about all the dramas that's surrounding in the Hot Boy group? Do you think a lot of it is just misunderstanding, and if they take the time to talk about it, they can work it out? Or at this point, do you think it has something to do with egos? And if you're a fan of the Hot Boys, were you disappointed that they did not reunite at Essence Fest this year? And what are your thoughts on some of the comments that Turk made throughout the interviews? Do you think he said something out of pocket that should get him disbanded from the group? And what about Turk's interview with Wack 100? Do you think he should have been discussing anything with him about BG? And what do you think about Turk's response to BG? Do you think that could potentially be the nail in the coffin? And at this point, we just shouldn't expect a tour. And finally, do you think if Lil Wayne performs at the Super Bowl, it's a possibility that he may bring out the Hot Boys and they have the chance to reunite on stage, which could be the moment that they kick off a tour? Be sure to let me know all your thoughts, because you know I'm definitely parking in the comments to see what you have to say. And if you are a Chatty Patty lover who made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure that you leave me a chat emoji, because I will definitely shout you out in the next video. And before you go, make sure that you like and share this video with everyone that you know. Then subscribe to the channel so that you can become an official Chatty Patty lover, and I promise you're gonna love it here. And last but not least, turn on your notification bell so that you know when we drop our next video or go live. Now Chatty Patties, you already know how I do it. First, I'm heading to the comments to see what you had to say. Then it's back to scrubbing the headline so that I can bring you another video. So that's gonna be all for now, and until next time, bye bye.